you can go ahead and grab it. But shit, it's another episode live from the Grove. I got my boy Suki here. Welcome to the show, bro. I'm glad you can make it. We've been
Thank
trying to make this
you.
happen for a minute. So first and foremost, I wanted to say Sanai had actually sent me your page, I think. And then
Hmm.
I had checked it out and I was like, cause he was like, hey bro, I went to school with him and like he's legit, like he's like makes real good music. And dude, I was like genuinely impressed, bro. Like uh
Thank you.
that's like one of my favorite sounds of hip hop one. So I love like, quote unquote traditional rap
Yeah,
and I guess sticking to like the fundamentals of it and shit. So I kind of wanted one thing I wanted to start with were like maybe some of your influences, like some artists that like you may listen to a lot or not necessarily like taking things from, but more just like people that kind of got you into rap.
yeah, dude, that's a good question. I think when I was younger, my dad always used to play shit like Dead Prez?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dead Prez, a lot of Outkast, Goody Mob, shit like that. I was just talking with my boy Avery, who's
All
in
right.
the living room right now. And
Shout out to Avery.
yeah, he's a good ass producer, bro. But we were talking. I think I've always gravitated more. I like the West Coast sound, but I
Hmm.
always preferred the flow. To me,
Hmm.
flow is huge. It's huge. It's everything. It's everything. You could
Yeah.
talk all the great shit you want, but if you don't have flow, it doesn't
Hmm.
matter. And I always
Yeah.
preferred the Southern and Eastern flow.
Yeah.
Thought those artists were just nasty, just really, really, really good. So that shit really inspires me. Even though I live in the West Coast, I always love
Yeah.
the East. The East.
No, 100%, dude. I kind of got that vibe, like listening to some of your songs and freestyles and like flow and delivery, I feel is important. I feel like you definitely have both of those things. Because the thing is you could rap and not be confident in what you're saying,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's
Uh,
real important. So you can definitely see the confidence in it. So how long have you been making music?
this is my third year.
Third year?
Third year. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
so what happened? How old are you right now?
I'm 23.
23? Okay. So like what kind of made you decide, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna rap? Like, how'd that
So it's
happen?
funny. I used to be pretty tight with Sinai when we were
Yeah.
at a center in El Cajon, and me and this other guy Kyrie and these other fools would rap on the lunch tables. But I
Okay.
never did it because I'm like, man, like nah, bro. I never got the confidence at that time to even spit, but I felt like I could, but I
Mm.
never. And then community college came around, and I don't know. I think I remember like writing raps with my dad when I was younger. It just always interested me a ton. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I think I asked my dad for it's like a $90. It's called the MXL 990. It's like a shitty little condenser mic.
Yeah.
And he copped it for me and my girl at the time, like shout out her, bought me an interface. Like
Okay.
helped me buy an interface. And so I just started doing that and for me I think music began and still is kind of like an escape.
Mm.
Uh, so I could have like I was talking to my boy about this too, but I could have a horrible day. And if I come back and I make a song that was good due to a shitty day, then it
Hmm.
kind of transforms whatever happened that was bad or good into something that I can look at and be like, damn, that's a good song. So in a sense, I'm glad that that bad thing happened, you know?
Yeah. What were some of the challenges when you first started rapping? Because I know like when I first started making music, it was actually like the songwriting was
Yeah.
that was real tough for me to like inquire like a hook, a bridge. Like I knew how to rap, but I didn't know how to make a song, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What were some challenges you had when you first started getting into
Uh, definitely capping, bro.
it?
'Cause
Hell yeah.
when I first started rapping, my dad be like, "Man, this is like, well, like it's okay, but bro, you don't have guns, bro. Like, you're not serving crack. Like, you're not
Yeah.
doing any of this shit." And it was, I had to learn. I actually, I don't write at all because
Okay.
I think it started off whenever I wrote, it sounded like I was reading it, one, and I'm
Mm.
like, bro, I write at school. I don't want to fucking write. And so I think at the time, a video of Babytron punching in.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna just punch, you know?
Oh yeah.
But definitely that and and just confidence. I think I was making music for like a year and a half close to 2 years, and every song
Hmm.
I made got progressively better. But it's like few of them reached the point where I'm like, okay, this is something I'm proud of. And I knew
Hmm.
that I knew that it was in me to make something. I knew that I hadn't reached that yet.
Yeah.
So confidence, fucking capping a lot, and yeah, no, confidence is a big thing, dude. I think when you first start making music, you're like, you kind of have to. It's still a thing I'm working on, but like, doubting yourself or other
Yeah.
people's words, or like, damn, is this too this? Is this too that? Like, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I feel like the whole confidence thing too, it's such a weird thing because there's such highs and lows, right? Like
Yeah,
there's moments you're like, fuck, I'm the best rapper alive. God damn it, like you impress yourself. And then sometimes I feel like as an artist, sometimes we compare past work to new work, seeing if it's better. I know that's sometimes how I end up getting into writer's block, and I'm like, you know what?
yeah,
These are two separate pieces of art, you know?
yeah, yeah. I talk
So,
with my homie about that. About what used to mess me up a lot was I'd try to create, like I'd
mhm.
punch in like a little thing, and then I'd analyze it. And as soon as I analyzed it, I'd be like, damn, I don't like my voice or this or this or that. And
Yeah.
I found out like you once you're in that mode of making music, and it's different for some people. My homie K Hella writes and analyzes it while he's making it, but it's really hard
Mhm.
for me to create and then stop and think about it and then continue, because then
Gotcha.
I just gotta open my mouth and
Let it go. So I've been seeing like all through your Instagram, that's another thing you've been doing like real good with marketing. Could you like speak a little bit on that? Like as far as like the videos, what's the ideas for those and
yo,
like
Juan, come here, bro.
oh
Let's
yeah.
slide, slide. This is my homie Juan, bro. What's
What up,
up?
Wong?
He's the guy shooting all the videos, bro.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Hey, you're doing great work, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, fucking really talented. But that's the thing I'm trying to figure out is branding. It's like, yeah. is is like kind of branding and shit. And I really think it's fucking corny, maybe just for me, I didn't like going on TikTok or going on Instagram and being like, yo, like check out this song I released. And so um I don't know. I think right now what I'm trying to do, if every song's like a lottery ticket, right? And
Hmm.
like hopefully one of them blows up, I'd rather play the lottery game when it comes to short form content. Um,
Gotcha.
and so if I can pump out 3 or 4 videos a week with the help of the homie, like I'll make a song to like today, for example, and then we'll
Hmm.
just go shoot for it. So none of those songs that you've seen none of them are out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all just standalone, and like maybe I'll release it, but I'd
You
rather
you have full versions of those videos?
no.
Oh, okay. Gotcha, gotcha,
No,
gotcha.
like I would go like when you saw there was one where I was on a roof. I made that
Uh-huh.
song that day. I'm like, okay, let's shoot for it. And if it gets enough, then I'll like finish it and like send it off. But it's just a way for me those videos to make content fun, because otherwise I'm singing the same song into the camera, doing something and being like. But that's still something I'm trying to figure out is like, okay, like you can be good at rapping, you can be talented at rapping, but you need to have an image, you need to have a persona. And I'm trying to
Exactly.
find out how to have a persona that's still cocky and swaggy and cool without not being me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's important. I think it is extremely important to stay true to self. But then also, like you said, everyone does need a brand, right? And like what is that brand? Um, as far as doing shows, uh I believe you performed before, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My first show ever. I opened up for Isaiah Rashad, and that was my
Oh,
biggest
dope.
from the school. And then that was like a good taste of like, yo, this is within your grip. And then
Yeah.
since then it's just been smaller shows. But like, yeah, I like
Yeah. No, that's ill. Isaiah is one of my favorite artists. So I know that had to be like
he's
crazy.
dope. He's dope. Yeah, my heart was pumping, bro.
As far as like the confidence during performing, right? Like, what is the feeling you get when you perform? Are you like still nervous, or is it like, or is it because in my personal experience, it's like nervous all the way up until, and
Yeah,
then once
yeah,
you get
yeah,
going, you kind
exactly. For me, every time that a show comes up or an opportunity comes up, there's a brief period where I don't want to do it. So fucking scared, bro. Every time, every single time. and then I get up there and it's good. Like I remember during the Isaiah Rashad show, I was hella nervous, and then I heard the crowd, like a ton of people,
Mm.
and it like gave me stupid like energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once I'm up there, it's cool. I had to learn. It's like you skated before.
Nah, nah.
I've like tried to, and I've had to like relearn how to do an ollie like
Uh-huh.
5 times in my life. But I already know
Hmm.
how to do the ollie, and so I think a lot of when it comes to performing is confidence. Like, yo, I've done this before. Maybe this time for this show, I don't have to practice 2 weeks every single day. I already know these songs. I can just do it 3 days
Yeah.
before. Be okay, you know?
Yeah, like not. And that's the crazy thing. Most of the things that like we're afraid of happening never actually end up happening, right? Just be
Oh,
stressing about nothing.
exactly. Yeah.
Uh, um, what was the like reception like when you dropped like your first record?
I'm trying to think what was the first record. I think for a while, what I was doing for the first 2 or 3, I
Mm-hmm.
would drop them and just not tell anyone.
Dope.
You know, which is like
Yeah.
dumb as hell, bro. Um, but then I dropped one called "I'm Dead," which a lot of people here like. And it's more of like a. I mean, I'm still rapping, but it's like a fucking like dancey ass type beat, like some disco,
Gotcha.
you know. But I'd say the greatest reception I've had. There's this EP I have called "Life's Too Short."
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that I worked on. It was really just like I got a bunch of songs that I'd been working on, and
Mm-hmm.
I put them all. They just all made sense, and it was good. That was the first time that my dad called me up and was like, "Yo, I like this. Like, I'm proud of you." And I'm like,
Yeah.
I could almost quit right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could almost
Nah.
because that meant more than anything was my dad being like, "I fuck with the music," you know, like you're
Mm-hmm.
being true. Um, and so that meant a ton to me. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, because it's like you're overcoming the like because that's a dad's job, right? To let you know, like, hey man, I like a dad that's gonna be honest with you and still supportive. So when he felt you weren't going the path as far as musically that he thought was more true to yourself, he lets you know, and then once you get that like gratitude, it's like, oh yeah, fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it felt amazing, dude. Felt really,
Hell
really
yeah. And
yeah.
what are you working on currently right now? Are you working on any projects or EPs?
Yeah, I'm working on there's a song I released. I'm working on more of that kind of disco-y shit. It's not
Okay.
disco, like that's like super like it's hard to get a good feel with just using the word disco-y, but I think like there's a lot of people that really like the rapidy rap stuff, and I love it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think I've been trying to find a way to appeal to more people,
Mm-hmm.
specifically like girls and shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
without losing what I think makes me good, like my music good. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah.
right now I'm stacking up a bunch of records that lean more towards that. Like I'm still flowing, I'm still rapping, but it's on different production.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that's great that you're like taking risk. Who's doing the beats for this project or
uh,
do
this guy named Wonderlust. I don't know if you know
okay.
him. He
No, I'm not
the
familiar.
I'm Dead beat. I like bought like you know how it is on YouTube, bro.
Of course, of course.
I bought I bought like the cheapest pack, like the cheapest pack, and then this other guy, you know, LaRussell,
Yeah.
he bought the exclusive and dropped a song
Oh,
on that beat recently. I'm like, fuck.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy as fuck.
yeah. But Wonderlust, he's really really good at making like
He's a YouTube producer as well, right?
yeah, but he's
Okay.
definitely check him out. I think you've probably heard his beats, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it sounds like vaguely familiar.
Yeah, he's just got a bounce,
Hmm.
some sort of bounce. I don't know if it's the kick. I don't know what he does, but it's really nice and just I have a fun time rapping on that shit.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I feel like I like that you are taking risks and not being so worried on like one like making sure like I know you still are scared that like oh is my current fan base gonna like rock with me here, but I like that you're taking the risk to try to expand because that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's music, right? It's not like you can't make 10 disco records and then make the rapidy rap shit right after too.
Yeah,
You don't you never want to like pigeonhole yourself or just put yourself in a box. You want to allow yourself to be able to, you know, let's say 2 years from now you want to do something else inside of music. It's like you kind of already set yourself up for people knowing like okay, he messes around with different sounds, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's really important that you brought that up because I see a lot of people and like this isn't a bad thing, but they'll kind of carve themselves, like you said, into a niche.
Yep.
Then you're expected to make whatever type of music, you got big on making. Um,
Hmm.
and that's fine. I mean, Lil Yachty, like he was making all that
Yeah.
stuff, and he fucking dropped some weird ass like psychedelic album. So at some point it's whatever, but like yeah, I think it's
Yeah, exactly. And then after the psychedelic album, it's like Yachty can do whatever he wants, right? I think we both fuck with Kanye. It's like after 808s, it's like, and after Yeezus, you can do whatever you want, you know?
yeah. He's a big inspiration too, because he like in the first three records, especially the late registration and all that stuff, he
Hmm.
was really rapping about shit that's like not normal, but normal. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like, yo, this guy's like me, except he's rapping crazy on crazy production, and like
Yeah.
he just inspires belief, bro. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, it's insane. I feel like especially like it's so weird. When I was like in high school, it's like I always loved Kanye. I was always a big Kanye fan. And then you get to like your senior year, you're about to go to college, and then like you're listening to College Dropout in college, you know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
like you have a job, you're listening to like
everything. I'm
spaceships,
like,
like
fuck.
everything. Yeah. Like you feel everything through those first three records, especially, and it's crazy. Like how you said, it's like a normal person. I had
Yeah,
that issue coming into rap too, to kind of go back to earlier what you were saying about like the guns and all that shit when I first started rapping. And then I was more like, I felt like it was hard to find a lane for the normal person, right? Like, especially where we come from in San Diego, it's like you're either a gangbanger or you're a gangbanger as far as if you're rapping. And I don't feel like the normal and there's more normal people than gangbangers. They
yeah.
don't really have the representation, especially coming out of the music scene here. So that was always a tough thing for me. I was like, damn, like how is that gonna work? And you just stick to your guns and
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
works
yeah.
out. But that was interesting that you had said that because that is something I could definitely relate
How
to.
how is the music scene in San Diego, bro? I haven't been there in a long time, bro.
It's honestly great. There's
Yeah,
that's why I did start this podcast to like show the different people that are doing shit down here. So of course you have the traditional sound, which like of course we're always going to support and love, but I feel like the city has promoted the same five artists for a while now.
yeah,
And I feel like as an artist here, I feel like I've met so many people just in the underground scene that I'm like, oh shit, like you got people like how you say yourself making more of an East Coast sound, right? You got people doing like shit, reggaeton. Like you have so much shit coming from down here, even country singers and shit, metal bands, that it's like, all right, like let's get the real music scene out here. And
yeah.
everyone can eat. I think the city's super talented and has made a lot of dope artists. So
I
that's just
miss
the goal of this.
that
You got to
city.
come back. You got to come back.
Hella happy. Everyone's hella happy, bro. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there ain't shit to be mad about out here, you know?
No, no, not at all.
And then a question that I typically ask everyone on the podcast as well is what has kept you going as an artist, right? Like what has been your motivation and your drive? Because there's a lot of things that will discourage us to stop moving forward, be like, fuck it, I give it up. What's kept you going over the last 3 years?
Um, a big part of it is my goal, which I've been kind of been getting clear as I've been going on. But I mean, I think every artist has a drive to be somewhat bigger than themselves, at least,
Mm,
and I really want to be like when I look at like legends like Andre 3000 or Jay Electronica, and I remember going through my dad's like CD thing and checking
yeah,
out Nas, and uh and in 20 years when Nas is hopefully, well, 50 when he's dead, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like some kid is still gonna look at Nas and be like, Dad, what's this? I fuck with this. Just like
yeah,
how my dad showed me Outkast and shit. And so my goal with this is kind of to be that a figure like that, someone that's respected, uh in the very least is like a master of their particular craft and rap. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And so that keeps me going. And then I talk with my boy about this a lot, but like doubt. Like whenever I feel that people are doubting me, or
Hmm.
something, like that shit like irks me, but it makes me want to fucking
Yeah.
like fuck you, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to prove you wrong, but at the same time, it's not so much about that, but proving yourself right.
Exactly. I was
Yeah,
about to say, yeah, 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 yeah. Because all the doubts that you have sometimes, where you're like, damn, like you're kind of proving yourself right, and in some aspects, you're trying to prove yourself wrong. Like, no, dog, I can. Like, I am this. You know?
yeah. And have you dropped any full-length projects? I know you spoke on dropping EP.
No,
Uh,
no full length yet. I think I'm gonna wait until
hmm.
I have a bigger and more receptive audience. Um,
Got you.
just keep dropping singles till then. There wouldn't be nothing wrong. I see smaller artists dropping albums all the time, and it's sick. You
Yeah.
know, and he's just like, fuck it, it's music. Like, drop it.
Hmm.
If less people listen to it, who cares? But I think I'm gonna wait on that a little bit so I can really pop out.
Okay. And I know when I was looking through your stuff, I was able to find like music on Spotify. You're on all the major DSPs,
Yeah,
like
everything.
Apple, Spotify, all that shit. I guess the two major.
Yeah.
Nobody on title right now.
Bandcamp, yeah.
That's
Easy.
dope, man.
Yeah.
And then I did have another question as far as any hobbies outside of music that always interests me as well.
Yeah.
Like,
My dad would press me for that. Because he's like, because when I went to school, I went to UC Davis here, and
hmm,
he was rightfully upset because well, FAFSA was giving me bands, but then
yeah.
the rest my parents would help with, you know,
Hmm.
and I would never go to school, bro. I'll just make. That's all I did was make music, and that's all I do now. Really is stuff related to music. And my dad's like, "Yo, man, like you gotta like, you know what I mean?"
You gotta
But I
live.
enjoy. You gotta live, yeah, yeah. I enjoy. I haven't gone in a little while, but like surfing with my homies,
Okay.
super fun. Well, what else do we do? I think I live in a house right now with the CEO of an event company called
Okay.
David Luco and Wong, who's a videographer, and Avery, who's a beat maker. And so
That's ill.
a lot of the stuff we do centers around music in some way.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. So it's like you're in a house with other creatives, so you're just creating all the time, damn near.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah.
That's ill. Did you meet them when you had moved there? Like moved in together, or did you guys know each other prior?
When I first moved to Davis, I don't know how it was for you in college, but I think like I moved here and I was just kind of hanging out with who I could hang out with.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't know what my crowd is. Like I don't know what the fuck is good. I think when I graduated, I was gonna go to New York and I didn't. I stayed here and I met Caden. And through doing a show for Caden, I met Wong and then Abe. So like we all met what, like the last year, bro? Yeah. The last year.
Within the last year.
Within the last year and a half, dude, we all met and we're like, let's get a house in Davis and just grind and just,
Yeah.
you know.
Nah, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you cutting some time out for me. This is the part of the pod where I let you say whatever you need to say because in most interviews it kind of goes the way like you might have something you were thinking of prior to
Yeah.
coming in and I didn't ask that question, right? So if there's anything on your chest or anything like that, I kind of just hand it over to you and go ahead and talk to the people real quick,
Yeah,
like
for
little
sure.
final words section.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I didn't have anything prior, but I guess my message to anyone's watching is like, I don't know, bro. I'm trying to think. Yeah, just like put in time. I think like anyone, regardless of talent, when you put in enough time, you can get, to where you want to go.
Hmm.
Uh yeah, hella corny, dog. That's what I
No,
gotta say.
it always is,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
important and it's good to
yeah,
like look back. That's why I do love doing the interviews, is because like,
yeah.
3 years from now, you can look back at this and see where you were then.
Oh, my homie just handed me something. What's it say? The secret of time is simply this. Time is the force that magnifies those little, almost imperceptible, seemingly insignificant things you do every day into something titanic and unstoppable. Yeah, 10,000 hours, bro. You
There we
know?
go.
Like I'll promise you when I first started rapping, trash. Trash, bro. And it's like every single little hour, I really think that if you're making music, and it differs for people, but for me, like I feel like I have to make it every day. You've heard about Pharrell Williams? He was
Sure.
talking about like a universal library on some like super like whatever shit, you know?
Hmm.
It's like if you don't check out a book that day, someone else is gonna check that out.
Yep.
You know, I don't know if you've ever like thought about something kind of like LaRussell, like using
And
that beat. Is
yeah.
like, of course it's coincidence, but like someone else did it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So your ideas aren't singular to you. There's a ton of shit that you do and what things that you do that someone else can take, not from you, but just from that library.
Oh
And I think
yeah. It's
as a
crazy.
creative,
Another example of that
yeah,
was TVs, and different countries were making them at the same time without knowing.
universal consciousness, bro.
Yeah,
Really do
yeah.
believe in that shit. I there's this fucking and I also believe in like manifestation to a degree, you know,
Mm,
like I remember talking about this again with my homie Caden. But like you know, if you wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be at work at 10 a.m. You being at work at 10 a.m. doesn't exist yet. You're not there yet. It's in
yeah,
the future. It's not real. But you take all these small steps, like making your cereal, brushing your teeth, putting on your clothes, and then lo and behold, you're at work at 10:05 or 10:10. And so
yeah.
you did everything because you were so sure of that future in 4 hours that boom, you're there within somewhat 4 hours. And I think that if you zoom out, you can kind of apply those same principles to what you want to be in 10 years or
Mm,
20, you know, but you gotta I haven't done this yet. You gotta break down and like, you know,
yeah. See what the steps are.
yeah. But
Yeah,
I think yeah, having like a good perspective on life, been being having gratitude, and things that are meant to come your way are going to, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely believe that. Um, Go ahead and let the people know where to follow you. Please plug all your shit
Yeah.
right now.
Uh so it's Suki SOOK.I.E on Instagram. Just Suki all caps on every other streaming platform. Follow me, give it a listen, and yeah, bro, that's everything right there. Yeah,
Hell yeah. Once again, I appreciate you, bro.
thank you,
Uh,
dude. This is
yeah.
dope.
Nah, anytime for real. And keep up the good work. I'm gonna keep listening, and then feel free to come back on anytime you want. Or if you're in the city, please swing by, bro.
I will. Let's make music too, bro. If you're down,
Hell
let's
yeah.
fucking check something out. Yeah,
Yeah, I got you. You follow my personal page, right?
Keon Forbes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I'll DM you my number, and then shit, we can send some tracks. I got like opens ready if you down to hop on some shit.
I'm down to hop on shit today, bro. Let's get it.
Hell yeah, bro. All right.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
No worries. Be smooth, bro. And shout out to all the guys there too.
Yeah, deuces.